What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about what Need for Speed means to me. Now, everyone, has their own meaning of what Need for Speed means to them, and I'm just going to talk about my personal, meaning for Need for Speed, where I joined in on the series, and just kind of my history with the series, and, just talking a bit about me, Need for Speed, and everything in between. So, without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Okay, so firstly, you guys should know that I joined the Need for Speed series back in Hot Pursuit 2 in 2002 on PC. That was not the EA Black Box version, that was the EA Seattle version. That's when I joined in on the series. It was quite late on in Hot Pursuit 2. It wasn't 2002, I know that much. It was 2003. The game was obviously released in 2002, which is what I meant to say. But yeah, I joined that game late, kind of on the tail end of Hot Pursuit 2 going into Underground 2. I was kind of late to it, to be honest. It wasn't like something that I was like right on top of. It was kind of a bit late, but I did obviously get Hot Pursuit 2. I loved that game. It wasn't the kind of instant connection I had with, say, with the Underground games, but it was one of those games which I was just like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, that was one of the first games I've ever played, if not the first game I owned. So to play it and, in kind of just to embrace it in itself, especially back, on the old PC, which I used to have, that PC went through a lot. I had like 2 blue screens and still managed to fix it, without getting a new hard drive, which I was like, whoa, that's mad. So, I remember like being locked out of the PC room because I used to play on it too much. But yeah, Hot Pursuit 2, absolutely amazing game. Obviously then, I went to Underground and Underground 2, and well, the rest is history. I've had every single Need for Speed since then. I think I missed out Carbon. I didn't get Carbon until a bit later. I missed out what else was the ones I missed out? Shift 2. That's about it, really. Shift 2, and that's it, really. I think Shift 2 is the only one which I have never played, and I've actually bought it on Steam. I just need to go and actually play it. Otherwise, I've played all of the Need for Speeds. Actually, going from one, obviously because I'm doing the documentary and stuff, I've actually played every single Need for Speed ever made. So that's obviously not including Nitro and stuff. I'm kind of including the main series. So that's Need for Speed 1 to Need for Speed 2 to Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed 3 and all that kind of stuff. So I've played every single Need for Speed. So I think it's fair to say that I have had my fair share of experience with all the games. I think I've completed most of the games at least once, if not more. I've completed like combined together Underground 2, Underground 1 and Most Wanted. I reckon I've completed all them together about 30 odd times, maybe more, 40 maybe. I've completed them a lot of times. So obviously NFS was a very large portion of my childhood. There wasn't many of the games which I played besides Need for Speed. So this is just my opinion. I believe the series did get a bit worse after Undercover. It kind of went through an identity crisis. It didn't know what it wanted to be. It tried Shift and tried to go down the simulator route, and then it tried to go to kind of the Criterion Hot Pursuit 2010, which was a great game, don't get me wrong, but it tried so many ideas and it didn't 100% do it right, and it had so many things going for it. And that was when I kind of went on a bit of a hiatus. I wasn't up to date on Need for Speed. I kind of had a little break, I guess, explored other games, and that was when I really kind of got my love for other games, and I kind of opened up my horizons from just racing games to all the other types of games. I got into Forza then. I got into all the other types of games, Midnight Club, and that's when my horizons opened. But then obviously last year with the Rivals, I picked it up for Christmas. The story was that I didn't get anything for Christmas, and I was like, I'm so annoyed. Oh, no. So the year that Rivals came out, I was like, Mom, I really want Rivals. Hot Pursuit 2010 comes with it. Please, can you buy me this? And it was only like £20 or something stupid, because it was a Christmas Day special. So I was like, she was like, oh yeah, go on then, slap it on my card. So I bought Rivals, and I actually really enjoyed it for the first few months. So naturally, I typed into YouTube Need for Speed Rival videos, and it came up with everything. I found so many Let's Plays. I'm not sure if you guys remember a guy called Gaming Critics. But I started watching him again. I hadn't watched him in ages. He does like Underground and Most Wanted Let's Plays, and he's a really, really cool guy. I started watching him again, and I kind of just got more into the racing YouTube scene. I've always been a big Need for Speed fan, but up until last summer, I was never really into the YouTube racing scene. You know, before that, I was COD, I was Battlefield, I was FIFA. I was basically everything except Need for Speed in the racing community. So obviously last year I kind of really got back into my racing games. It did take a bit of a hiatus. I think I kind of burned myself out, to be honest. I mean, I played so much of, you know, Need for Speed, Most Wanted 2005, and then when I came back to Carbon, I felt it was a bit of a letdown. Then Undercover felt bland at the time, and I think everything that came out up until that point was a bit disappointing. I actually kind of enjoyed Pro Street. I thought Pro Street was a really good game. But yeah, I'm kind of diverging from the original, you know, topic of this video. What does Need for Speed mean to me? I think Need for Speed for me, it was my childhood. If it wasn't all of my childhood, it was a very big part. You know, I used to sit there in reception. I used to draw like maps of, you know, what I think the next game should be. You know, I used to draw in the little red, green, yellow shop symbols on the thing. I used to go into pretty fucking detailed maps. You know, the shortcuts would have like a the width of the line would be a bit less bigger than the big ones for the main roads and stuff, and I was a really nerdy 6-year-old. But like, yeah, Need for Speed was my childhood. I think cars generally, you know, it's been a very big part of me when I was growing up, and I think Need for Speed, it's the same here. You know, it's a very big part, and even, you know, when I kind of stayed a bit further away from the series, I by no means, you know, still wasn't keeping attention of what the series was up to. You know, E3 every year I would be there watching the press conferences, obviously seeing Need for Speed being announced, and I think you know, that still is apparent to this day that, you know, even throughout my kind of hiatuses, I guess, I was still very intrigued to see what the next Need for Speed was going to be, because I knew kind of deep down I was eventually going to buy that game, you know, whether it was on release or a bit after. I'm always going to buy every single Need for Speed, and, you know, I reckon by the end of the summer I'm going to have a big collection in my drawer of every single Need for Speed with a physical copy, and if I do, I'll obviously make a video on that. I think that'd be pretty cool to do. But yeah, I'm like, Need for Speed's one of the series where no matter how bad it gets, or how good it gets, or whatever, I'm always going to buy it just because I want to see what the next title is going to be like. You know, it's one of those series that, we all have that one series which, you know, we can just excuse DLC, we can just excuse, you know, if there's a bad game or if there's a glitch, because it's that series, you know, it's that series you grew up with, and for me personally, Need for Speed is that series. And I guess that's what Need for Speed means to me. Okay, so before we round off this video, what does Need for Speed mean to you? Did you grow up with Need for Speed, or did you join in quite late on? You know, what games did you join in on? Let me know down in the comments down below, and we'll see if we can get a bit of a discussion going. And that was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you didn't, make sure to smash that dislike button, as well as follow my Twitters and all that kind of stuff down below. I have a website called StraightUpHippo.com if you want to go and visit me there. And that's really all I've got to say. So yeah, again, for the last time, I will see you guys later. Stay safe. Peace.